Hello again, friends. I don't use test mode very often in Cardfight area because all you can really do is just see how bad the Cardfight area shuffler is. But in this particular case, I wanted to showcase an infinite combo in Extreme Fight that is so impractical to ever pull off that I need to use it in test mode in order to ever have it actually succeed. So I'm going to begin with what the combo actually is and what the combo does. This combo will give you infinite power on your left row and on your right row. And it can do this by generating a combo that allows it to literally go through your entire deck infinitely. The weaknesses of this combo are that you can't attack with your Vanguard the turn that you use it, and it also removes all of the triggers from your deck, leaving you with nothing but cards that don't have shield value. So this is not a very good combo, but it is an infinite combo with infinite power, and that in and of itself is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase how this combo would begin. To start off with, you do need particular things set up. It doesn't matter how much damage is face up or face down when you start this combo. However, you do need to have several prisms in your damage zone for this to work. The vast majority of the deck is prisms, so that will kind of work out, but you do have to be mindful of the special counterblast for Labrador. Now, we can have all four face down, that's not a big deal. The big deal is that you kind of have to have four face up Cray Elementals in your G zone. That makes things significantly less practical because you're looking at the third turn after you've stridden, and that makes things a lot more difficult to be more practical. Koro isn't actually necessary for the combo, it just speeds it up. So, to start off with, what you would have to do is call your Yarmuk, your Aven, any other cards that have a clone of this skill that allows you to gain power when a unit is returned from the rearguard circle to your hand. And these two units both take care of that completely. Next, we would have to call Rain Elemental Tyr. Tyr's ability is Soul Blast 2. Unflip one card in your damage zone for every face-up Cray Elemental in your G zone. This is an unflip 4, and that's what makes this combo work. The problem is that Tyr is really, really impractical in any other case. But because we have this very contrived example with 4 face-up Cray Elementals in our G zone, this combo does end up working. So next we would call Prism Duo Slaney. We would counterblast our non-prism damage and return Tyr to our hand. Because a Bermuda Triangle was returned to our hand, Yarmuk will gain 3,000 power, and Aven will gain 3,000 power. Now, a unit was returned to the hand, so Koro can also return to the hand, and then we can switch that 3,000 to 6,000 power for both cases. Next, we can call Duo White Crystal Rika and Koro again if we want to speed up the combo. Counterblast one Prism for Labrador. We will choose to return Slaney to our hand. Koro also returns to our hand. Another 6,000 power will go to our power-up units. We will call Slaney again. Actually, we'll call Koro first, then call Slaney. Counterblast 1. Rika returns to hand. Koro returns to hand. Soul Charge 1, Unflip 1. These units gain another 6,000 power. And then we can call Rika and Koro once more. Counterblast 1. Return Slaney to our hand. Koro returns to our hand. These units gain another 6,000 power. Finally, we can call Koro once more. Call Slaney. Counterblast 1. Return Rika to our hand. Rika's skill. Soul Charge 1. Unflip 1. Koro skill. Returns to hand. These units gain another 6,000 power. And lastly, call Koro. Counterblast 1 for Labrador. Return Slaney to hand. Return Koro to hand. And we have a total of 36,000 power for this loop. And now we are back exactly where we started with 4 face down damage, 2 cards in soul, and we can call Tyr once more to unflip that damage. As you can see, this combo will go indefinitely until you deck out. In order to skip the excessive portions of this combo, we're just going to say that every single time I mill 2 cards from my deck, I get 36,000 power on my left and right row. So this will speed things up. Mill 2, plus 36,000 power, plus 36,000 power, mill 2, it's like 108,000, I think. Mill 2. Oh wait, that's less. Like, you can see that these numbers will get really big really fast. You don't even have to go through your entire deck. But if you want to, and because you're most likely going to be nearly out of cards by time you have stridden this many times and have gone through this much of your deck with Bermuda Triangle, um, you can choose to keep going and make this combo infinite. So let's say we get down to 2 cards left in our deck, and we want to continue the combo and make sure that we go infinite. So what we can do is we can call a card like Ordain Owl. Ordain Owl has a cost of putting a Grade 3 Regalia in its card name to the bottom of our deck. We can choose all of the Grade 3 Regalias that I put in here. I only put 4 in here, but you could put more in if you realistically wanted to have more leeway on the combo and don't want to get screwed over by having bad damage checks. So we continuously stack the bottom of our deck with all of our Regalia units, and then we keep milling. And then we keep stacking the bottom of our deck with our Regalia units, and then we keep milling. And then every single time we mill 2, obviously you can't, obviously you have to do this every single time, otherwise you deck out like I just did because I'm an idiot. But if you continuously keep putting back your Brunhildes to the bottom of your deck, then you can continuously pay for the cost of Soul Charging 2 to continue this infinite combo, and you will reach literal infinity power. I mean, even if I didn't go infinite, if I had this set up with 35 cards left in my deck, which is impossible, but if I did, I would gain, hang on, I'm going to bust out my calculator for this one. It would be 36,000 power, and if I did that iteration 17 times, which would be 34 cards divided by 2, I would get 612,000 power doing that. By doing the infinite combo, I can obviously generate infinity power by doing the loop indefinitely. But all in all, it makes the power just absolutely ridiculous on the left and right row. Like I said, there's still plenty of downsides. You can't attack with your Vanguard because you have Ordain Owl out. I mean, I guess you could call over it if you really wanted to. If you ever do try and attack with your Vanguard, you have these 2 Brunhildes left in your deck, maybe 4 if you finish putting them all back in your deck, and you're just stuck with all of these Brunhildes, and you can't really guard, and then you die anyway if you don't win that turn. But still, it's cool because it is an infinite combo. That's all I've got for now. I hope you guys liked the video. Have a good one.